What if I told you that some of your favorite flavors have a secret history? One that leads back to the Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands. Many global dishes quietly echo Filipino ingenuity, shaped by centuries of migration, trade, and adaptation. The food on our plates is a map of human connection, and Filipino cuisine is a vital, often overlooked root. Filipino food is not just a blend of influences. It's a story of resilience, creativity, and cultural exchange. Filipinos didn't just receive outside ideas, they transformed them and shared their own, leaving a mark on world cuisine. We'll uncover how Filipino techniques and ingredients have shaped what the world eats, from tangy marinades to savory stews. This journey will challenge your perceptions and reveal the hidden Filipino heart in global food. We'll trace dishes, ingredients, and the unsung cooks who carried their heritage across continents. By the end, you'll see your plate and Filipino cuisine with new appreciation. The secret ingredient has always been there. It's time to give it a name. Food thrives on sharing. Chefs and home cooks borrow, adapt, and celebrate each other's traditions. True appreciation means respecting and crediting the source, not erasing it. Appropriation happens when a dominant culture profits from a marginalized one's food, stripping away its story and context. Rebranding a traditional dish as a new discovery erases its roots and the people behind it. Giving credit isn't about gatekeeping. It's about telling the full story and honoring generations of cooks. When a chef is inspired by Filipino adobo, acknowledging its origins educates diners and honors Filipino heritage. This honesty builds a more inclusive food community where every culture's contribution is valued. For too long, Filipino cuisine has been in the shadows. As its influence grows, we must champion Filipino voices and ensure their stories are told. Understanding the line between inspiration and appropriation ensures Filipino food's global rise is rooted in respect. Everyone deserves a seat at the table, and every voice deserves to be heard. Let's celebrate, not erase, the cultures that flavor our world. Let's go beyond familiar food stories and uncover the Filipino heart in global cuisine. We'll explore how Filipino flavors like the citrusy brightness of calamansi or the funk of bagoong have quietly seasoned the world's palate. These aren't just ingredients, they're culinary concepts that have traveled and transformed. Filipino sailors, workers, and migrants carried recipes across oceans, planting seeds of flavor in new lands. Their food became a vessel for identity and community, shaping kitchens far from home. By journey's end, you'll spot adobo's ghost in a Latin stew or quinola's spirit in ceviche. This is about more than trivia. It's about seeing the world's food as deeply interconnected. Filipino cuisine isn't just an emerging trend. It's a foundational pillar of global gastronomy. Get ready to see your plate in a new light. Before Spanish galleons, the Philippines was a vibrant trading hub, connecting China, India, and the Malay archipelago. Filipino traders shared native ingredients and cooking methods, while adopting and reinventing new ones. Calamansi, bananas, coconuts, and sugarcane traveled ancient sea routes, shaping regional cuisines. Chinese noodles became pancit. Malay curries evolved into ginatan. Filipinos always innovated, never just copied. This era perfected the Filipino balance of salty, sour, sweet, and savory. When colonizers arrived, they found a sophisticated, worldly cuisine ready to adapt on its own terms. Pre-colonial exchange made the Philippines a place of culinary fusion and innovation. Understanding this history reveals Filipino food as a global player long before modern times. The roots of Filipino influence run deep. Filipino food's global journey is inseparable from its people's migration. Filipino sailors on Spanish galleons blended their techniques with Spanish and Mexican ingredients, sowing the seeds of fusion. In Louisiana, Manila men introduced rice, stews, and preservation methods, adapting to local seafood and creating Creole Filipino dishes. In Hawaii, Filipino cicadas shared adobo and vinegar-based marinades, influencing the iconic plate lunch. Filipino food proved adaptable, balancing flavors with whatever ingredients were at hand. Today, millions of Filipinos worldwide open restaurants and stores, making dishes like sisig and lechon global favorites. These kitchens are community hubs and front lines of Filipino food's international rise. The diaspora's passion ensures Filipino cuisine is no longer a secret. Every migration is a new chapter in the story of Filipino flavor. The genius of Filipino cuisine lies in its techniques, transforming simple ingredients into complex, unforgettable meals. Acid cooking, like quinola, uses native vinegars or calamansi to cook raw fish, predating Latin American ceviche. Fermentation is another cornerstone. Bagoong and burang isda add umami and depth, influencing preservation worldwide. Adobo isn't just a dish, it's a process. Braising meat in vinegar, soy, and spices for flavor and preservation. This acidic braising technique has echoes in slow-cooked dishes around the globe. Filipino sarsa, or sauce, is built from scratch. Think Carcar's peanut sauce or dinuguan's rich, savory blood sauce. These methods, acid, fermentation, braising, and sauce building, are the secret weapons of Filipino food. They've shaped not just local dishes, but inspired techniques far beyond the islands. Filipino cooking is a masterclass in adaptation and innovation. Its influence is everywhere if you know where to look. That's the true magic behind every bite. Look closely, and you'll see Filipino culinary DNA in dishes worldwide. Quinola and Latin American ceviche both cure fish in citrus. Quinola likely predates ceviche, traveling via the Manila galleons. Filipino adobo's vinegar-braised meat echoes in Caribbean stews like polo guisado. Sinigang's tart broth finds cousins in Thailand's tom yum. Both balance sour, salty, and savory notes. Lumpia, adapted from Chinese spring rolls, inspired global variations like Mexican flautas and Vietnamese cha gio. These aren't coincidences, they're the result of centuries of Filipino influence and exchange. Filipino techniques and flavor principles have quietly shaped global comfort food. The world's kitchens are filled with culinary cousins, all sharing a Filipino ancestor. Every bite tells a story of migration, adaptation, and shared taste. The evidence is delicious and everywhere. Filipino food's moment has arrived, a global renaissance led by bold, creative chefs and storytellers. Tradition meets innovation as regional specialities and heirloom ingredients are celebrated and reimagined. Modern techniques transform classics. Think deconstructed adobo, sisig tacos, or ube croissants. Social media fuels this movement, sharing vibrant images and authentic stories worldwide. Filipino food is no longer a trend, it's a movement, inspiring pride at home and curiosity abroad. Farmers and artisans are reviving traditional products, while young chefs see cooking as a way to preserve culture. The world is finally tasting what it's been missing. This cycle of local pride and global acclaim ensures Filipino cuisine's future is bright. Filipino food is claiming its place on the world stage, unapologetically and joyfully. The best is yet to come. Filipino food is a story of generosity, resilience, and unforgettable flavor. Now it's your turn to explore. Visit a Filipino restaurant, ask questions, and taste the classics and the unexpected. Each dish is a story, every meal a discovery. Bring these flavors home. Filipino ingredients are more accessible than ever, and recipes abound. Cooking and sharing a Filipino meal is a powerful way to honor and connect with its culture. Support Filipino chefs, writers, and creators. Help their voices be heard. By doing so, you join the movement to give Filipino food the respect it deserves. The Filipino table is open to all, a place of warmth, community, and joy. Pull up a chair. You are most welcome.